Hi there, my name is Belinda Dobson and welcome to the I Ching Cafe. And this week, our weekly overview for the week commencing the 20th of December. Well, in a few days' time, if you celebrate Christmas, then it is ho 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 Christmas time. So if you do celebrate, I really wish you a wonderful time, a peaceful and festive time, hopefully with family and friends in a spirit of community and joy and sharing. So let us have a look at what the I Ching is asking us to pay attention to. But first, let's have a look back at last week. We had a locked hexagram. We had hexagram 7, the army, locked, asking us to pay attention to the strategy, the plan, mobilizing our forces, getting our resources going, and taking action to overcome something really important. So for you, what was happening last week? What was the final push you were making with your team potentially for this year, within your family this year, to get something done, to achieve something really important in the week? Well, I hope you threw everything at it because the army came to help us move mountains. So this week, the 20th of December, as we head into our Christmas week, well, what is the I Ching asking us to pay attention to? So the last 2 weeks, we have had locked hexagrams. And you want to know the weird thing? Yeah, I can hear you thinking. It's another locked hexagram. 3 weeks in a row. What is that all about? So a locked hexagram means there's no changing lines, right? It's very static, it's very fixed, it's very focused. You heard me speak in the first episode of this month about locked hexagrams also being about doubling down on that energy, really getting into it and really doubling down on whatever the focus is that we're being asked to pay attention to. So what is that focus for this week? Right, we have for this week hexagram 9, the small accumulates, or also called the small tames, and this is all about the small things. So let us put this into a story that most of us can understand. Christmas Day. Okay. And for you, if you aren't a follower of Christmas, then I suggest you put any other spiritual religious holiday into that because we all have the same experience. And that is what to eat on the big day. Okay. So usually families have big fights about what goes on the table. Okay. What foods, who's going to make what, why are we doing things differently, trying new things, the family politics, the older generation, the younger generation, lots of control issues. It's high drama. Okay, now in the grand scheme of things, what we choose to put on our plates on Christmas Day is not really the point of Christmas Day or any other festival, is it? But it can become all-consuming. The turkey, the potatoes, the vegetables, whatever it is that is going on the table becomes huge issues, okay? And on Christmas Day, there's usually an overwhelming abundance of food issues and people issues and family issues to pay attention to. In the I Ching, this would be a very good example of explaining this hexagram. And so I had a little chuckle to myself when it came up because I thought, the small tames, the small things tame us and bring us to our knees. Okay. And this is what this hexagram is all about. So the small things have the power to influence us this week. And the small things done well have the power to aid us immensely this week. Okay, so this is not about the details coming to cause pain or the turkey coming to cause pain. This is about the opportunity to give every little small thing that crosses into our path this week its care and attention. Okay, the turkey is important. The potatoes are important. Which cutlery to use is important. So the focus for this week is use that as an analogy, even if this has nothing to do with your family or what you choose to do at this time of year. Take this analogy and say, every little thing that comes in my way, every little gift that comes in my way is a beautiful and endearing thing that I need to give attention to. And I'm just going to be present with that little thing in that little moment. Okay, I'm not going to make a big deal about world hunger and issues of grandiose importance, climate crisis around the dinner table. Just be present with the conversation and the small things. And I'm using that, of course, as an analogy, and certainly not to denigrate the criticality of the climate crisis. So, I've also in previous episodes where we had the hexagram come up, shared the analogy of what it takes to raise livestock, no experience there, to farm, to grow things, to produce food that people can eat, is every single plant needs to have its nutrients, its resources, its water. Every member of the herd needs to have its care, its food, its inoculations, whatever it is. Okay, every little thing needs to be cared for. And although it may feel like there's an overwhelming plethora of little things, they come at us one after the other, it just doesn't stop. Okay, every little thing needs its attention. So this week, what are we being asked to focus on? That the small things matter, okay? That the small things accumulated give us big things. That every head of cattle, every plant, every sheep, okay, accumulates and adds to the value of the whole. And that is where our attention must be. Not to say because you are just one or you something that's small, you are not significant, because all those little things added up are significant. So as we celebrate this time of year, the festive season, and hopefully get a little bit of time off this week to be with our loved ones, I would say that a state of gracious gratitude for the small little wins in life can get us very far. Take time throughout this festive season, throughout this week, to sit down and reflect on the small things that you are grateful for in your life. The fact that we have air we can breathe, okay? That we have opportunity, that we have a mind that can think, that we can learn to expand ourselves with almost no resources. Think about all the incredible little things that you are grateful for in your life right now. And let's give thanks to that. Let's be grateful for the little things that have shaped who we are, the little moments, the little connections, the little conversations, the small things that have tamed us into the wonderful souls we are today, that have brought us into a place of focus and into a place of joy and contribution. So with that in mind, I wish you a wonderful week and don't eat too much turkey. I'll see you soon.